crank my music down a bit here. It's a bit loud. So, welcome back to another thrilling installment of Warframe Wednesdays. I'm your intrepid Tenno host, Fraggoth, and today we're doing some Warframe. First though, I am going to start with a brief breakdown of the live stream they did literally right before my stream started, which was a miracle of timing that will never be repeated, I am certain. While we play the dulcet tones of Andrew Hulshult's soundtrack to Rise of the Triad remake from 2013, which is maybe a bit heavy on shredding. Is there such a thing? So I took liner notes while I watched the thing, so obviously I didn't pay much attention to the actual stream itself. Before I do that, let me get the I haven't decided who I'm actually going to throw in here. Not Ash, I know that. I have to actually farm for Chroma, I really do, and Mirage, and basically all the quest-based frames, like Revenant, and I really don't want to do that. Necros has Terrify, so I don't care about him. Oberon I could maybe fake it with. Hydroids is not all that good. Gara's is probably the best of the lot that I have. Mags has some utility. Volts has some utility with augments. So we'll do Gara because I don't want to have to farm Gara again. Equip Gara. Alright, so subsume Gara, moving right along. I'm gonna make sure he's fed. He's fed. It. Feed, subsume. Conform. I mean, shit. I actually typed it out.
I've got a gargantuan brain.
Man, I did not intend to put that much sugar in that coffee. I'm not a coffee person, I'm only drinking it so I can be awake enough to do anything for this stream. The problem is I won't be able to do math. And as we all know... as we all know, math is core and central to doing Warframe. So I'm gonna feed him real quick. Rockdrill, fortunately, is extremely cheap. I don't want to feed it Gallows rods, those are pretty rare. I don't know how I have so few Gorgaraga spores. I used to have a jillion of those. I must have been building something that them for some reason. I can't imagine what though. I could eat 2 bit nodules. Alright, so we're almost at Metamorphosis 9. What is Metamorphosis 9 here? Expedite Suffering. Whoop-de-doo. What we really want is the unlimited subsume slots, though I'm not anywhere near using all of them. I think I've got 20 now, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4... Nope, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, now 16. Oh, I could have done Zephyr, not that I use Airburst for anything at all. So yeah, all these, well, actually, Excal should be easy to farm up. Actually, wait, he's not on Pluto anymore. I don't even remember how to get Atlas. Ugh. Titania is going to be a bit of a pain. Trinity should be another one that's pretty easy to do. Gauss is not. I don't think. Or can you buy Gauss from... I don't remember. I'll figure it out. Gauss I can see... Gausses I can see being relevant. Chroma and Mirage are the ones I want to target first. At some point, because I think theirs will be very handy indeed. But for now, we're not going to worry about that. Actually, there's a good question. Tennobaum stuff. Is that even out yet? No. Solstice, maybe? Solstice. There we go. And I have all of them. Really? That was 100 plant? I don't remember that. Not that I would, but, you know. Yep. That's weird. Okay. Game hiccuped. Did not like that it hiccuped there. Oh, jeez. One sec. Ugh. Brain fried. Okay, what's the gift from the Lotus? Oh shit, a legendary core. Okay. They also have an official Discord now, which took them long enough. Survival, easy. Easy. Easy game, easy life. Unless the enemies were level 9,999 like that one time. I was at TennoCon that day when they did that. It was really funny too, because they brought a guy on, because they were like, oh, we were like, oh, they were saying, hey, how do we, you know, people were like, hey, how do you put together the, or they were having a panel. What is going on? I don't like this. This looks buggy as all heck. This is buggy as all heck. Something broke. Okay. It was a host migration. So back to the story. I think this was 2016. I don't remember now. I want to say it was 2016. And they were having a panel on how how the alerts were generated. This was back when the game had alerts, which it doesn't anymore, which I'm continually disappointed in. In some ways. There was no reason to get rid of them. We could have kept them and gone with the new system. Oh, it's melee only. Well, I'm a Mesa, so I don't care. So peace out. I'm just gonna get my juice up and running, and then it's gonna be me being in my 4 most of the mission. I don't remember what my mods are for my 4 at the moment. So they were doing that, and so the people in the audience were like, so they're like, yeah, we can set the devs were like, yeah, so we can set the level, we can set the enemies, we can set this, that, the other. Oh, hey, an Amber Star, I haven't had one of those in a while. So people in the audience were, of course, like, yo, set it to level 9,999. And they were like, oh, okay, sure, why not, dummies. and he'll never be able to do anything. So then they're like, yo, we will, if somebody wants to come up and do this, we will, and is able to get through the mission, or rather kill one of the enemies, we'll give them, I think it was a prime chamber and a legendary core. And some individual who everybody thought was a luckless soul goes up there and is like, okay, I'll do it. You know, he looks kind of nervous because he's in front of, you know, a crowd of like 50 plus people, and he's being asked to perform on command. And so he goes in there and he winds up ground, and it's against Corpus at like level 9,999. And he winds up ground pounding one into an irrecoverable state in an effort to get away from it. I forget what the mission type was. It might have been a capture. It was some or something. It was something basic and simple. I don't think it was an exterminate. It was like an actual objective. He ground pounds one into a corner and an unrecoverable state, so it auto dies. And the terms were, if you can kill one of these enemies, we'll give. So he got it. He got a prime chamber and a legendary core, I believe, at the time. I don't remember exactly, but it was pretty funny. You had to be there. I've not been to every Tennobaum. I only went to the first one and not most recent. They're fine. I mean, they were cool. They were cute. I'm not a big convention person. They were pretty low key, which I liked. They weren't as well, they were kind of hyped up, but they weren't as gonzo as, say, a Comic Con. Those are something else. I've not been to tons of them, but I've been to a couple in my time on this earth. I don't know where the rest of the crew is. Where are they? I should probably keep with the team. That'd be smart. Ugh. Maybe if my head didn't feel like it was filled with ball peen hammers. Just easy. Yeah, there's Argon somewhere. There's a Carillion Argon. Maybe someday we'll have a way of keeping Argon and not having it to dissolve over time. I'm glad they haven't done more resources that behave like Argon. I can say that with great certitude. So, before I was going to do this, I was going to talk about the stream. The dev stream that DE did right before this. And then I got distracted. I don't remember why. I would normally not play as Mesa, but I figure I have them up and running. I need to level this Mesa, because I was going to format them anyway, so let's do it. So I've got a list of some. It was a really short dev stream. Normally theirs are longer. And I believe that's the last dev stream they're doing before the end of the year. But mostly talked about the new frame. Oh my god, I've forgotten its name already. That's good. Lavos. And a bit about the new event. They didn't actually detail what you're even going to do, other than use Necromechs a lot. So Necromechs will feature heavily. You have to use them, or the Sentients will break your operator's control over your Warframe, their subtype. I'm not sure why, because you'd think that, oh, if they can deactivate the transference link between an operator and a Warframe, they could probably do it between a Necromech and an operator, or an operator and a Necromech, but I guess not now. I don't remember what the in-game lore reason for why they didn't use Necromechs instead of Warframes was, because they made Necromechs first. Oh, I have somebody who just watched the stream and is trying to talk to me about it, so we'll get to that. So I need to talk to him for a sec. I need to warn him not to build a, whatever he does, don't build a Bone Widow. It's bad. I don't have mine leveled up, but I'm already like, I don't know why I'm using this. I think that's why I started using it first. So give me a sec to stand here with no sound in the background. Not to go with Bone Widow because you don't get a free arc gun for starters with Gravimag installed, as I recall. I didn't have to install one on mine, I don't think. I actually hit that guy. Usually, I have a hard time hitting them when they're down that low. Oh, I need to change my color scheme. That's another good reason that I did the forma, is so I can change my energy scheme, so I'll actually see the ring around my aim. So yeah, my Mesa build's pretty basic, and I'll talk about the stream in a minute. Once this mission is... Okay. 11 and a half minutes. I lied. I lied to all of my viewing public, and on the one hand I apologize, and on the other hand I'm too tired to apologize, so deal with it. I'm not going to be a salty sass machine like certain other Warframe streamers. I'm looking at you, AGGP. I don't know what that individual's deal is exactly, but there's such a thing as not being a complete asshole most of the time. I know that's their shtick, is be kind of an ass, but I just called that person out, and I realized that's going to bite me in the rear, because I'm sure people out here are big fans, but I am not. Sorry. I'm not a fan of any streamer, honestly, least of all myself. So any sass I direct at streaming as a, quote, profession, unquote, I can also direct largely in my own direction, and I'm very cogent of that. I do not believe it is hypocrisy at a certain point. I believe it's just me stating facts. You can't make a living doing it. Not the average layperson at any rate. Get dead. What I will say that I think makes me different from a number of other streamers, not Warframe streamers, but streamers in general. I'm going to sell myself now for once in my lovely miserable career. Is I will not lie to you. And when I say lie to you, I mean I will not change my opinion to fit public perception and opinion. If I hold an opinion and it changes, it's because I've gathered new information. and I will quantify it. I will not be like, oh, what some people have done with Cyberpunk 2077. And I know people have gotten ragged on about this already, so it's going to be a dead horse by the time I'm beating it. But there's a certain number of people who are like, oh, Cyberpunk 2077 is the chosen game. It's going to save the video game industry. And anybody with half a brain was going to tell you that was nonsense. It wasn't. It never was. Whether the game is good or bad is a whole nother can of worms. But what has developed, and I've started noticing because people have pointed it out to me, and then I checked out the individuals in question, is there are a bunch of people, I'm not going to name names, who are streamers who are basically saying, you know, oh, Cyberpunk's going to be great, it's going to be the best game of the year, it's going to be the best game ever, it's going to yada yada yada, and then the game comes out and they're like, no, it was never going to be good. I don't know why anybody would think that. And I'm like, but you said it was going to be good. Alright. My deranged rambling ends here. The cogent rambling starts now. So we're going to go past all that. This is not a Cyberpunk stream. I know all of you are playing Cyberpunk. Too many of you are playing Cyberpunk to pay attention to this stream, and that's fine. I hope you're having fun. I would be. But instead I'm having fun streaming instead. I should also note that, unlike those other people, I do not do this for money. I do this as a hobby. So that does give me a bit of a moral leg up. It gives me a bit more wiggle room. I don't have to constantly be selling myself because I have nothing to sell. I'm not a professional, quote, content creator, unquote. Whatever the current buzz term is. I just wanted to get that off my chest. There are advantages to not caring enough about your audience. I guess might be the worst way to put it, but not necessarily the least accurate. Should probably do a better job of keeping my buffs up, really. I'm firing awfully slow. What's going on here? Oh, it could be my arcanes. Did I really have drawing power on this build? What? Why do I have drawing power? Something's very wrong with this build. I don't know what I did. 6.4 minutes, or 6 minutes 40, 6.5 minutes and change. Let's keep it easy, Frag. I also tend to stream when I'm absolutely exhausted from whatever I've been doing the day before. That seems to be a recurring theme. And I don't want to be that way. Alright, so now that I've chased away any potential viewership I might have otherwise had, the rest of you are the core audience, and I'm going to tell you a secret. Note, I did not say when I was going to tell you the secret. You'll be privy to otherwise completely new, original, and unknown information. I don't know what you're going to do with it. I don't know what I would do with it. What did I just... Is that a regular container? It looked awfully large. I say original, but most of you will have already guessed this. I'm nothing if not derivative. It's why I don't have a writing career. Because I'd constantly be fighting against the whole, has somebody already done this, and the where do you get your ideas thing. And I never want to be that guy. Because I don't have original ideas, I just read a lot. That's the secret. I read a lot. What does that have to do with this? Well, nothing at all. I just have literally nothing else to say at this point because I'm too busy hitting 4, holding left click, and swiveling my mouse very quickly. Thanks, Mesa. So yeah, we'll get to that. I'm going to have some more notes on that idea. Yeah, my fire rate's really, really slow. That's not a bad thing, I guess, but it's... We'll talk about the secret later. So reading's good for you, okay? There's a lot of power throw mods. That reminds me, I need to fiddle with the new rejiggered glaive-like combo wielding system. I have not done that. Nah, not really. Oh, there's something down there. Yoink. Oh, more Argon. I think I might have needed Argon for something anyway, though I thought I did the farming I needed to for that earlier. Just for one event. God knows when we'll actually have playable necromechs within... Oh, there it is. Notice I got 2 Argon there. That's because I have a resource booster. I caved. Much clickety-clackety. I don't exactly have the fastest typing speed in the world, so I apologize. I mean, it's not slow. Like, I probably type faster than my mother, but... Primed soon, indeed. And of course, so yeah, there is a bunch to talk about. There's a bit of bleed over. I don't know why people are slagging the event already. Like, the event is probably not going to be super special. It looks like it's basically just going to be like a not exterminate, but like a combination of it's not going to be, I don't think, even as fancy as Scarlet Spear. I think it's just going to be like you get to bum around on, as far as what we saw anyway, you're just going to like bum around on a Jupiter tile set with the ability to use your necromech and requirement to use your necromech in a few spots, and then ta-da, you know, just on indoor tiles. It's like, okay, this is fine. Like that's it, you know. Okay, that's fine. It's simple. It's basic. There's quest-based an event resource, kind of like Scarlet Spearhead, I guess. Probably not that intricate, but like just a material you get for completion of missions or something. It's cooldown-based casting. This man's dead. It is something different. We'll get into that. Let me get this Argon real quick and then head for the exit. I don't need the Argon, and I don't think I have anything to use it on, even if I did. But the more of it I have, the longer it'll be around. So That's nice. Do that with a console. I double dog dare you. Well, you could crank up your sensitivity, just like whip around in a circle, I guess. I can do that without even thinking with PC. One of the advantages of making sure your Mesa has very high fire rate on its peacemakers is that
Looks like some serious crud is going
18,
down out
that's
there.
pretty good. That'll last, what? 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 days? Let's divide it in half. Might be 6. 7. Alright, so Legendary Core. Whoop whoop. That was easy. Time consuming, but easy. What, incidentally, is... you. Rad Mob Def, that can go poorly. X-Term Spy, oh, this is easy. Easy, 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 easy. But I can't use this frame to do it because it's not rank 30. It's close, though. Give me 1 sec. Alright, sorry about that. I am back. Alright, it was Mob Def, X-Term, Spy, right? Right. Mob Def, X-Term, Spy. Oh god, I have to resist the urge to just go Octavia all the time. So I'll do Protea. Protea can also do these things very, very, very easily. I do not know what Protea I want to use. Let's see, I've got a all-rounder with an emphasis on duration, I've got an all-duration, and I've got a range and strength at the cost of most everything else. I think I'm going to go with my all-duration because it's a bit easier. And I'm a baddie.
I'm bad at the game. Okay?
Yeah, that's a... So, before I hop into that, I don't know why I'm using the Vitrica. This is a single? Yeah. Okay, so let me throw... That'll probably narrow it down, right? Where are you? Path Assist. Why not, right? I can make gooey friends. What does the Halakar do? Oh, disarming. I somehow didn't know it could do that. I knew it had something special that it was used for. Kestrel I used quite a bit back when it worked on bosses, and our bosses in Warframe sucked, and were just regular AI units with boosted health pools. So, Steel Path. Specifically, Old Tilregger / Old Vehek, and you could knock them. Basically, use this to put them get them knocked into a unrecoverable state. They would just auto die, knock them off a platform, that sort of thing. And it had a very strong forced knockdown, but that's no longer a thing, sadly. Falcor, I don't think has anything special. On the other hand, Path Assist does, Orvius does. Orvius is supposed to actually work now, but I think my damage is going to be too high, so it's going to be kind of pointless. So we'll use Path Assist instead. We're going to go to upgrades, and we've got to use some of the new throne mods. And I don't remember what those are. Bounce, I guess. Bounce. Yeah, here we go.
A boom.
I don't know what happens if you do reduce the number of bounces dramatically. We don't need punch through. Punch through is for the Boyds. So I'm gonna quickly bump that up. And then I'm gonna get into basic breakdown of the stream. Oh, only... No, it is -4 bounce, okay. I already have a -1 bounce. No, it's stats. Those are not for the weapon itself. So it'll probably do... I thought there was another mod that increased bounce chance. Yeah, that said 0% chance. They must mean 100. None of that surprises me. Range is... That's a pretty big... Oh, it increases blast radius. Hot. So we're gonna go with, what's it called? Oh, incidentally, if I do primed reach, does that increase the... Nah, it does not. I'm not surprised. Okay, bounce. This, I don't think says how many times I can bounce, so what I'm going to do... So that'll just make it go boom. What I'm gonna do is make it so it can go boom and then boom, boom, boom. Aw, you would, wouldn't you? Whatever. Whatever. Oh, crap. Can I put... No, it won't even allow that. No. Rude. Rude. Whatever. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I won't cry. That'll be a test, is use Mirage with this. That's right, I don't have sacrificial pressure leveled, and I don't want it leveled because I don't care. This actually will be doing quite a lot of heavy attack kills, I think, or what should count as heavy attack kills. Heavy. This is not a crit machine, so I'm not going to bother with that. Okay, we want that. It's muy expensivo. We don't really need that because it's not going to boost what I want it to boost. We have 20 remaining, and I have a D polarity to fill. What D polarity stuff do I have other than North Wind? Not much. What do I want that to be? I can make that, yeah, let's do that. Kurza, shoot. So I can go with Shocking Touch, that'll give me Corrosive Viral Cold. Oh, I completely forgot to put a stance in, because I have a gargantuan head. Filled to the top with brain. Okay, so that gives me a lot more room than I thought. Condition Overload probably isn't going to do me much good, nor is Blood Rush, because I'm not using this as a crit machine. I'm using this as a thrown explosive weapon, basically. So just amping damage at this point probably is the way to go. What's its status? Its status actually is pretty respectable. I've got 13 to fill. I'm not doing slam attacks. Let me see my other heavy attack thing. Options. Heavy. Malgamorden Shatter for faster heavy. That boosts my... No. Could do Life Strike. Strike. Oh my god, more of these friggin'... Is that on Twitch? Zopi Man 12683 says,
Roderick from Framers, 5 followers, if you
on some Russian site that'll hack my computer. So, in the words of a venerable sage I once met, a guru, in fact, who taught me the ways of Gong Fu, go fuck yourself, buddy. Get this shit out of here, you filthy bot amalgam. I don't want your algo filth on my stream. Get banned. How do I ban people? I don't even know how. I should get moderators. I guess I could go with Dispatch Overdrive, but I don't really care about additional movement speed because I don't need it. Most of my time is going to be spent in corridors. And with 13, I can't do a lot of things. There's a lot of things I can't do. I could bump that down to one of the 60-60 mods, and then put in Primed Fury for attack speed. I think I might do that. Hell with it. Yeah, I don't care about combo duration, really. I could do Quickening instead. I, again, don't really care about, This does slash, right? Yeah. Not on the explosions. I don't think. Alright, so we'll just run around with a path assist and act like we know what we're doing. Alright, so I've got this big list of things that were talked about in the DE Dev Stream 150. Let's talk about that. Get another sip of fluid here. I only have my liner notes, so I'm going to have to translate this from something into something intelligent. So they talked first about Corpus Railjack, and command intrinsics will become relevant. The footage they showed was clearly pre-recorded and clearly scripted. They had a bunch of jump cuts and a few other things, so it's clearly not ready for prime time yet, any more than it already was. Them's the breaks. That's, you know, c'est la vie. What do we got here? Oh, right. The Corpus Railjack looks like it's basically the same old, but using Corpus assets, and now the Lich/Queenpin system will be using Railjack for the at least the final missions. And because Parvos is involved and he has Spectre particles, I guess we can fight a bunch of Warframe Spectres. So that'll be interesting. Also, they showed that briefcase gun. One of the briefcase guns that turns into a rocket launcher. So, yay. I like things that go boom. And it looked cool. I'll give them that. It looked really slick. But, you know, it's a rocket launcher. I have my Ogress. Will this really be better? Will this really scratch that itch? And then the thing that they showed some real flesh and meat on was the command intrinsics and command system to hire mooks. So you can go to Ticker on Fortuna, at Fortuna, and hire mooks with varying appearances and varying base stats. You can then like upgrade them somehow. Upgrade their stats. I'm not sure how that's done exactly. I mean, they showed it being done, but they didn't show how you gain those points. They're all color customizable, and you can give them weapons that you own, so that'll be good. Leveling up the command intrinsic for yourself will make it so you can have more mooks, and I assume make them better. Maybe that's how the allocatable points will be determined. Is you'll get more the higher your command intrinsics are. That reminds me, I really need to finish leveling my intrinsics at some point. For a quality of life they mentioned, they're adding a wild card Requiem mod, and by that they mean these things. So they're adding a wild card variant, where if you know like the first two, but you don't know the third, you can use the wild card one, and it'll fill in for it. So those will probably be in high demand. I don't know what limitations there will be to that system. If you can have like all three of your Requiem mods being wild cards, or if you need to use um, like, or if you can only use one and it's only one-time use or whatever. I'm still not super thrilled that they're limited time use to begin with, but I understand why. I'm just not super happy about it. I didn't like it with Argon. I don't like it here. Let's see, what else do I have here? Steve acknowledged that they are trying to focus on actually making good on stuff they've hyped up and talked about and showcased, as opposed to showcasing Railjack, and then it's been like 2 years before we got it, or a year and change before we got anything in a usable state. Um, and they're trying to actually release this stuff and actually polish it and make it good and playable, which is why we're not getting tons of quote new content unquote. And oh god, keep yawning. This is so embarrassing. I don't know what's going on with me, narcolepsy or something. As I mentioned before, there's no hard date for any of that Corpus Railjack stuff. Just 2021. It will not be this year. Partly because the month is half over, and there's not much time left in the month anyway. So there's not going to be a lot of that. That will not be till sometime next year, hopefully early next year, to make Railjack relevant again. MRRA? Murrah? Make Railjack relevant again. Make a great hat if, you wanted to showcase a number that indicated your actual IQ on the side. That'd make it even better to identify you. So Lavos was the next one. It's releasing this year, presumably with the event, which is called Orphix Venom. Operation Orphix Venom. It'll be the 45th frame. He's, quote, a snaky boy. His signature weapon is a Cedo, is called the Cedo, C-E-D-O, which is a shotgun. Looked like it might be a rapid-fire shotgun, but also had a secondary fire that shot a ricocheting glaive explodey thing, which got me aroused. It made me wish to create a pearl, except, not vomiting. The opposite of that. Made me very excited indeed. I like things that go boom. Biggest gimmicky thing is he does not have an energy gauge at all. He just uses cooldowns, which are, and I've got this written down here. For modding him, efficiency will modify the cooldown reduction from his transmutation probe ability, which I think was his 3. So there'll be relevance there. I guess things like natural talent will not affect his cooldown. So his other main gimmick, though, other than being kind of tanky, is that he's got each one of his abilities allows you, if you hold down the cast, will let you imbue his abilities with an element. So his 1 will imbue Toxin, his 2 will imbue Cold, I believe, his 3 will imbue Electricity, and his 4 will imbue Heat. It all kind of comes together in an element combining system, which I thought reminded me very fondly of Magicka, if you ever played that, or if you played the, I say new, Gauntlet game from Warner Brothers Entertainment. It was several years old now. It's like at least 5 years old, I think, or 3, 4, 5 years old. That game had its wizards mechanics used a similar, where you had to do certain inputs and then you can cast the spell, and it'll be whatever it is based on your inputs. So that's what it reminded me on a gut level. So hot takes. His abilities looked really mechanically basic though. Um, so like his one looks kind of like a not whip claw, um, or maybe more accurately like a not whatever Valkyr's one is. Basically, whips it out. It goes swack. It goes thwack. Snake slap, as Steve said. His 2 is like Hydroid's 2, where it dashes forward, and Frost's 2, where it leaves behind. It does an ice thing, an ice wave, but like put together, which is cool. I can get behind that. Leaves behind a bunch of stuff on the ground that damages enemies in the path. His 3 is kind of like Mirage's Disco Ball, I guess, except you can stop it on command. That's what it looked like. I did not get a good read on how these operate. Unfortunately, it was very brief, and I was busy taking notes like an ass. And as far as a nuke, it looked like it shot out projectiles in an array around him. So it probably doesn't work with line of sight. Or it doesn't work if you don't have line of sight. A number of other things. The main gimmick, though, is doing those elemental combinations to do whatever elemental damage you need to do at the time. And I think things like his 3 allow you, and 2 allow you to have set up like patches of elemental damage that can go down, so you can really set up some pretty nasty killing fields. I see some potential playability wise with him, at least in a defensive context. I'll probably be building mine for maximized duration. I don't think they ever said what ability of his will be used as a for Helminth, for subsuming. I don't think that was ever mentioned. I missed it if they did. He's acquired via the upcoming event, Operation Orphix Venom, using an event resource whose name I can't remember and didn't write down, which is not helpful. Orphix Venom, the event, will have just about everything from Scarlet Spear. They said because they weren't able to get another Scarlet Spear in this year. They didn't mention whether or not Orphix Venom is going to be a repeatable event. I don't think it is, simply because they're planning on integrating the whole Necromech thing anyway. We'll see. I'm optimistic. I don't know. That event and therefore Lavos should be coming out within the next week, which will be cool. So if I'm lucky, the next stream I do will have next Warframe stream I do will be showcasing that. It is going to be very Necromech centric though, so if you don't have one now, you probably should get one. If you don't have one though, they are going to have, as it was either Scott or Steve said, rent a mechs. So you'll still be able to use a Necromech for the event. It just won't be yours, so to speak. I guess that means it won't have like any mods you would have equipped otherwise. I don't think they're giving you one for free, but you can like to use afterwards. But for at least the event, you'll be able to use one. So also showcased. So the big question a lot of people had about Necromechs and indoor tile sets, which is basically the entire summary of this event, is Necromechs in indoor tile sets, is how is it going to get through doorways? Because the thing's pretty tall, and there's a lot of doorways. Well, they're going the easy route, and I think it's the best route to take. Really, they just don't care. They just walk through the doorway. You could see its head scrape along it, and they even did us the kindness of adding a satisfying sparky, scrapey clang noise as they go through the doorway. So I was like, you know what? This is fine. I'd rather have that than something like every time you approach a door, you have to do an animation to duck through, or you have to do a crouch animation to go through a door. That would have sucked so mightily. Oh my god, you'd never use them on indoor tile sets. Now you can. It's just they're big. There'll be some more Void Rig customizations. There'll be hats, basically. Helmets for Void Rigs. Um, that's about it, really. That was the stream. All right, moving right along. So we're gonna go do the sortie now because that's what we do here. I do have this. Yeah, I do have steel. I'm gonna yawn into the microphone again. Nobody can hear what I'm saying. I'm going to yawn into the microphone again because I'm exhausted.
I'm in. Oh. This is the moment. Let's go. Transference still holding.
So yeah, Protea.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
We're just gonna keep those up and running. These turret drones never last very long. Like even with maxed out duration, they're really short.
We're finished here. Move on. I need access to a terminal. Find and patch me in.
What is it, like 9 seconds, yeah, with maxed out duration, which is pretty pitiful. I do like Protea,
Terminal
but
spotted. And prepare to
the
defend.
relevance of her duration kind of goes all over the place. This doesn't feel like my duration build unless they change the duration of
This will
turrets.
take a moment.
That said, though, the damage she can put out with long-standing turrets is absolutely mind-blowing. Like, she gives a Mesa designed for gunning a serious run for its money with practically any build that is designed to utilize her turrets.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
What the fuck was that? A Stalta? Yeah, it's the Stalta, I think. I don't know, that's, yes, it is the Stalta because that's the shock rifle skin. That's pretty cool for the Epic Games Store. If you play the game through the Epic Games Store, you can get that. You can then play it on whatever platform you wish, though, so go ahead. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Look at that.
Area completed. Move on.
So yeah, Protea's great. The her one is Protea's got a great kit. I know I've mentioned this before, but Protea's kit is just
Here is a terminal.
other than her
Get ready to
4.
defend.
Other than her 4, her kit is phenomenal.
No. This will take a moment.
Her 4, it's too bad too, because her 4 has a lot of potential to be a cool, engaging, entertaining ability. But in practical terms, for most of the game's content, just kind of isn't. It just doesn't quite work out. It is a get out of jail free card. It'll let you die as many times as you have energy to make it happen. That makes it pretty good on its own. it lasts a reasonable amount of time. You have effectively infinite energy as long as you're using it. But
Still working
there's
on
one
it.
tiny problem,
Continue to defend.
which is the whole you get rewound back into place after using it when it's over thing, which is pretty infuriating. Particularly on a normal mission where that isn't what you want to be doing most of the time.
The odds were against us,
Like this.
but we did it.
Like if I activate it now, I could be in deep trouble. If you don't have a pit with which to deactivate it and wipe the status off your face, it'll you're wasting a lot of time because you can get rewound back. Now, on the other hand, if I get to the end zone here, the extraction point. Okay, that was perfectly timed. That is not easy to do. Cool after image. After images with mass. That was neat. I didn't think everybody was there. I thought it was going to be 3 of us waiting for a 4th. That was not what happened, which is good.
Do you feel the next world press close on these late night streams? Nora does. She feels the presence.
Indeedly D, the Red One Show. If you are on PC and want somebody to pal up with you to do sorties, I am your guy. I will wait to see if that's what you want. If that is what you want, let's go for it. If you don't, that's fine. I'm down for whatever. Oh, that reminds me, I think I've got a 4-minute build. Let me do that real quick. It's a big nope. Don't let her love pit because I'm running very low. Okay. Oh, you just need a PC first. Oh no. I hear you, man. I hear you. Especially lately. I mean, I'm looking at doing a big broad spectrum computer upgrade, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll get it done for the new year, and then a whole lot of shit went down, and I was like, well, that's not happening. So now I'm still hoping to do it like probably by February, but it kind of depends on how my current job works out. whether they keep a hold of me or not. It's looking good on that front, but I'm not gonna expound on the vagaries and idiosyncrasies of what that entails at this point. It's sort of up in the air. Because I'm doing a lot of work right now, but I don't know if they're going to want me to do a lot of work then, is the thing. And I have other expenses, like living in America, you know? You hear me?
Eliminate all threats.
I laugh because if I don't, I'll cry. I'm not in the mood. I don't want to cry. I don't want to have the sniffles either. I don't like it. See all that? All these people with all these extra shields? Ha! I don't care about your shields. Boom. 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 Pew, 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 pew. I'm losing my lacrimal glands now. I'm having them surgically removed and replaced with, I don't know, eyeball implants that make me look like this sideboard. This go if I go away. I knew I forgot something. I can't tell if that's okay. No, it is doing it on time, I guess. I can't quite be sure. I should probably... Is this exploding units? I'm not staggered. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it is exploding. Never mind. We're good. I guess. I haven't fiddled with the new iteration of the combo wield system much. Which isn't to say I don't like glaives. I really like glaives. Glaives are great, but there's a lot of flying enemies there. Yeah, it's good, 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 good. They're, yeah, practicality-wise, they're not that great. They get outclassed by a bunch of stuff, but I like them mechanically now, anyway. They've gone through enough iterations that they're usable most of the time. At their best is when you're using, like, say, the Glaive Prime or whatever, and you're remote detonating them, and what the new mods do is basically let you do that much more easily. Which is nice, just by like having them impact on the ground. But I haven't had time to fiddle. Well, I've had time. I just haven't fiddled with them. I like using them. If you're a console player, I don't know how you would, because they are target tracking is pretty questionable. Especially noticeable on things like the Orpheus, where it's like, I clearly hit that man. Why is he not getting lifted up into the skies and exploded? Well, because it bounced off instead for some stupid reason. Oh yeah, Glaive with Ivara is one of the most devastating things in the game, or has been, anyway. Exactly, you fly it around, you make it go boom. Cut through things nastily. Ivara is great. At least at what she does. I don't use her that often, but she is... oof. She's quite good at spy missions, specifically, but also some of her other buffs that she's granted. Like, the augment she has for her quiver that boosts crit for anybody standing on the dash wire is pretty strong, situationally. The problem is, you have to use it in a relatively stationary area. You can't just dash wire everywhere. Well, you can, but it's kind of... It can be good for, like, defense missions or, what are they called? Well, mob def too, but interceptions. It'd be pretty good for interception. So this next mission, I think, is a spy? Is it Grenier or Corpus? It's Corpus. Corpus spy missions are easy. It's an energy reduction spy mission, which is not. We're going to do it anyway, and we're going to keep using Protea because we're manly men. Or something. Yep. Fraggoth. Fraggoth. He didn't do anything. Let's try that again. Beep boop. Thank you for checking me out on my YouTube. I stream to a bunch of different places. I used to stream to Mixer as well. I stream to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Mostly because I don't have enough viewership to actually matter, for it to actually matter. If, like, for some reason I got, like, a ton of subscribers or something, I would have to stick to a platform because that's one of the requirements they do is, oh, you have to stick to just this platform. You can't broadcast to multiple. But that isn't an issue. I can get away with it. But yeah, feel free to add me anytime you want to do stuff. I am, and I'm around. Please hit me up. Please don't stop! Stop! You little shitter! Take C then. Jesus. Just spawns in. He's like, "Yep, I'm gonna just go take this one." And I'm like, "No!" At least I hadn't started it. Spy missions in a public setting are. I'm trying to think of nice things to say about spy missions in a public setting. No kind words are coming to mind. They can take less time than solo? That's positive, right? Yes, that's positive. Good job, Frag. You've said your positive comment for the day. I'm not a... I don't try to be an aggressively negative person. It just sometimes happens. I don't go out of my way. No freebie hacks today yet.
Nearing the console.
Oh, not this room. This freaking Russian. Where is it? Quickly! Please be open, please be open, please be open. Shit. So I have to do this the hard way. What I have to do... Where the hell? There it is. Ooh! I think I have Hush on my gun. That's why it didn't go completely bonkers when I did that. I just realized I could be using my glaive to do all this. Hello, hello, hello. There's usually a... Where are you? There's always a camera here, right? Oh no!
Triggered the alarms. Lose this data, and the
I didn't think it would juke me like that. I feel really dumb. Easy.
The data is still intact.
At least that didn't land in front of the camera. That might have been even more embarrassing. Whatever.
Who's in control now, suckers?
Me, I'm in control of suckers now. That's who's in. Never mind.
Alarms have been reset.
I don't know. I try not to be tired, particularly not for streams. Coffee does not help much. Not because I have a lot of coffee in my system, but because I don't like stimulants. Endo is good, considering I went from, because of the primed Firestorm and Fulmination, I went from, I don't know, a bit over 100k Endo down to like 10k. Alright, so that was easy, I guess, apart from me flubbing that last, let's get my Mesa Prime. Mesa Prime, okay. I have no idea what I'm going to do for this bit here. I can always farm up more fissures. I could. Yup, Endo indeed. Rather have Endo than Kuva. Not a fan of Rivens. He set forth to fix a problem that I think is not the best way to fix the problem. The best way to fix the problem that they set out to fix is actually caring enough about how weapons operate and are balanced to actually balance them, which they don't. Ooh, yes please, Catalyst BP, yep. Need is a strong word for what Endo is to me, but I am lowish on Endo because I don't actively farm it. So after using, after maxing out both primed Fulmination and primed Firestorm, I became quite low indeed on Endo. Low being a relative term. It's not like I have other mods I need to use Endo on. But I like to have lots of it around. Paying plat for Rivens is the big scam, though. There's so much wrong with the implementation of Rivens. It just... I understand why things are the way they are.
We need to destroy the reactor.
That doesn't mean I have to like it.
The reactor will have security. Watch out for enemy patrols.
The market forces that have sprung up around Rivens are like...
And destroy it. Target destroyed. Proceed.
Like, me and a bunch of other people, I know I wasn't alone. We're like, don't you think there's a little reason for concern that this system's gonna be a certain way in terms of market? And how people are gonna behave on the market? Some people were like, oh no, it'll be fine. You'll be able to get a lotto that actually kicks more ass than a insert meta secondary weapon here, a Brack for instance. And I was like, okay. But enjoy paying out the nose for them. And thus, we paid out the nose for them. Oh, I have Steel Path, I just don't do it much. I can handle it.
Mission complete. Excellent work,
I mean,
Tenno.
if I'm farming Kuva, at least I'm doing something. I have a million other things worth farming for. I don't care enough about Rivens to do it, and I do not need Rivens to do Steel Path, so I don't do it. I don't do Rivens. I have them. I have them in abundance. I just don't use them all that often. I do not feel driven to acquire or utilize Rivens. I can use them. I have them. Some of them are okay. Most of them aren't, but they're there. And I do not need them for Steel Path because basic tools are generally enough. Viral. It's kind of a strong status effect. It's pretty strong. Pair that with maybe doing, say, Corrosive, if you want to deal with Grineer, which is about the only real challenge you face in Steel Path. Ugh. And if you're fighting Corpus and really don't want to deal with shields, then yeah, you could go with Magnetic, I guess. But it's not super hard, in my experience. I haven't cleared the entirety of Steel Path, mostly because there are other things for me to be farming at any given time. Particularly with Diamos, most of my farming time has been dedicated to that, except for when it first dropped, when I just kind of held off a bit.
Target is the reactor. The reactor
And
will have
while
tight
Rivens,
security.
I can
Watch
see
out for
Rivens
enemy
being
patrols.
useful for Steel Path clearing, it's not what I would call an absolute necessity.
That's the reactor.
We're
Expose
kind of
its
ridiculously
core.
powerful
Destroy
enough,
it.
particularly with certain frame
Target
combinations.
destroyed. Proceed
You're
to the extraction
really,
point.
really hard pressed to be deeply challenged, although getting one shot every now and again on the higher level chunks of Steel Path can be quite frustrating. Particularly if the enemy has, like, hit scan weapons. That's pretty annoying, but that has not happened a lot, and usually if I'm dying there, it's because I'm doing something really dumb. Which isn't to say always, but often. Right now, I'm doing a invasion that's going to give me an Orokin Catalyst.
Work, Tenno.
Or at least the blueprint. And I want one of those, because I can always use more of those to potato my weapons. It's a catalyst, not a reactor, right? I do not need reactors. I have, like, at least 30 Orokin reactors. But I was on the right menu. Hello. Where are you? Yep, catalyst. Good. It is a blue potato. Blue potato. Good. Or don't do anything. That's fine. Support. Thank you. Fortunately, Warframe runs on a toaster. I know DE has talked about at least cross-save being a possibility in the near future, so I could hypothetically play on other systems if I had them. Or had Warframe on those systems, without losing my progress on PC. Not that I would lose my progress on PC per se, but cross-play looks like it's still in a very nebulous state in terms of when it'll ever happen, if ever. They've talked about it, they're aware of the issue, they'd like to get it in there, but there's like...
Find and access the terminals.
There's a large number of barriers preventing cross-play between consoles and PC. Hell, just between consoles. And most of it resides... most of the barriers are with companies themselves, i.e. Sony, i.e. Microsoft, i.e. Nintendo.
Watch out for enemy patrols.
I could hunt Eidolons. I avoid it because I no longer need to do them. I don't think. Because I got all the arcanes from Scarlet Spear. I can hunt Eidolons. I don't like to because I don't like having to deal with the elitism. I'm enough of an elitist for everyone.
That's it. Now
Oh,
get
that
out of
actually
here.
got them all. Cool. I do not hunt Eidolons often, but I do hunt them. I will probably not hunt them this stream. But I could if somebody asks for it. Somebody really... Wow. Okay. Nope. Somebody really wants me to hunt Eidolons on stream, I'll do it. But otherwise... I'd just as soon not want to be bored to tears, thanks. Or be frustrated with teammates, or have teammates frustrated with me, which is the real fear.
Well executed.
Fortunately, the upcoming event will allow us to farm for all the arcanes as well, which will be nice. So that will be good. I already have them from that anyway. I haven't done many of the ISO vaults for the what are they called? For both the Operator and Warframe arcanes that are relatively new in DMOs. I have not farmed those up. Mostly because those arcanes are not necessarily all that good. But also because the farm that I need to do ISO vaults for is for damaged necromech weapon components. Am I good with Eidolons? I mean, define good. Like, can I shoot the nodes? Yes. Can I be a Trin doing doing blessing stuff? Absolutely. Can I sit next to the thing at a sound cue and press 4 while playing Harrow? You betcha. I can do those things, and that's pretty much what it boils down to now. And then you've got another person, usually a Volt, who's setting up like the shield barriers to shoot through and all that. That and just planning out, you know, who's going to use their what is it, Virtuous Strike? What's it called? VS. I think it's Virtuous Strike. Where are you? Arsenal. Not Arsenal. Operator. It's under Madurai. Void Strike, not Virtuous Strike. Don't know why I said Virtuous Strike. What is that? Void Strike. Charging up Void Strike and learning when to do that. Right now I have a Moat Amp equipped because I'm a loser and keep forgetting to turn it off. Also because there was a Nightwave thing a while back
What's
that
on
needed
your
it, and
mind, dreamers?
I didn't get it done in time because I'm incredibly smart. Spend 5 at once in a heavy melee slam attack. That's pretty easy. I don't bother too much with Nightwave stuff. Once I got the actual initial 30 rank 30 with Nightwave, I was kind of like, well, I'll keep doing it to get credits to get the oh, that reminds me, the Grendel Glut helmet, because I missed it before. And I do not see it here. No Glut helmet. Other than that, Auric and Catalyst. Oh, 49 reactors. Golly. It's 20 more than I thought I had. I thought I had like 29, 30. I have 49. Ugh. You just kind of acquire them over time. You do not need them. So that's that done. I guess I can do some DMO stuff. Yeah. I can do DMO stuff. Okay. Let's do DMO stuff. I mean, I've been part of crews that have done that. Usually something goes horribly wrong during a 5x3 or 6x3 that turns it into a 3x3 at least, or at most. But that's, you know, I can do them. I can't do them solo. I can do them in a group where everybody's doing what they need to do. Absolutely. But so can anybody who can press a button at the right time. They're not that special. Now, doing Law of Retribution and Jorda's Verdict trials back in the day, and doing those successfully without a hitch, oif. That took luck. Because the mission had to not die on you. And you needed 8 people to be on the same page, too. So, no. I actually preferred those, though, to Eidolons. I am not an Eidolon fan. But I can do them, absolutely. Because they're not hard once you learn the patterns. They're just kind of like, okay, I'll do the thing. Let's do the thing. And you do the thing. Ta-da. Yeah, I mean, that's... Umbra Form is the main reason to do it, really. Jeez, this is all a Dramalamium, which I don't have a lot of. I'll take that. That, I think, is a Dramalum again. I don't have that. I'm doing that. I'll do that, because I don't need those.
Mining is good. You're a good miner, Chip. Keep on mining together. We will build the future.
Do I have spare
Be careful
fish?
with the first incision.
No.
One clumsy moment can wreck everything.
Yes. Yes. Give. No. Yeah. Ish. I could do that. I mean, I could afford that, but I have things I need to spend. Whatever, let's do it. Fuck it. No. What else in here do I need? Oh, those. And later those. Ugh. The DMOS grind is real, by the way. I started on it late because I just didn't have the energy to deal with most of it early on.
See you again.
I swear they're in a different
Can't undo what happened,
order now.
but I can keep making progress here.
Not
Keep
doing the
controlling
foam
this
residue, that's a
differently.
lot. I can't afford it though, and I don't know what else I need to use foam residue on.
I guess you know what's best for you.
Oh, that's right. I still need to get, I think, the sepulchrum and Trumna built. Ugh. What I really need to do, though, is I need to build the pets.
None of the monstrosities you'll
Because
find
I
out
have
there
not done that
are
at
as
all.
fearsome as the demons.
And I don't remember which one does
inside
what.
my Mother's head.
And I need all of this stuff too, which is the most frustrating part of all. Rassum Frassum. I thought I had 2 mutagens. Oh, I had built some, but I don't remember which ones those were. Oh, buddy. I have a lot of sun tokens. I don't need more. I don't need to do that. Browse wares. That's what I need to do.
Oh hey,
Okay, so I
heading
have
for the
that.
ventricle.
These I
If you
think are
find an interesting
multi-use,
sample or
so I
two
don't
out
need to
in
get
the
more than
chamber,
one, but I do have to
say
get
a
all of
Vulpaphyla or
these.
Avicea, I'd love a indeed. Bye for now, you shiny thing.
Let's go to Grandmother and see if there's anything I can do here.
We are nameless
Specifically
now.
for Grandmother tokens.
Relations existing only in relation. Deimos has stolen more than flesh from us.
That'll give Grandmother tokens, but I need Dendrite Blastomas, which I don't have.
Of
Cool.
course, I quite understand.
Exchange
Shall we?
family tokens. Yay.
May you have much joy of it.
Oy. Why am I saving Grandmother tokens? Ah, sugar. Probably for Saraglass shards.
Maybe later. Go on, dear. Have a good rummage around.
I wish to God there was another way to farm those up,
Very well.
but there isn't.
Always nice
So I
to
guess
see
I'm gonna
you.
do
Do
ISO
stop by again.
vaults or murmurs because I do have a lich I need to get done. So basically, whoever's doing vanilla ISO vaults, not the new ones, T3 ISO runs in order to get the damaged necromech weapon components. I don't want to be a Mesa for that though. What level is my Mesa? It's 27. Crap. I could just join one at random and hope for the best. The DMOS grind I just do not
I'll be
enjoy.
right here, gathering dust.
It's pretty frustrating.
Yes, there are bounties, if you have the interest.
Oh, here we go. They actually separated them finally. I didn't know that. I did not get the memo that they'd finally gotten around to it. Cool. Well, I guess I'm gonna go bang these out so I can have ISO Vault Tier 3s available. 1 vault to access new bounties. Clear 3 vaults for the rarest rewards. Well, I don't want that. I need that. And that has like a 5% at best chance to drop as a reward from the bounty itself, not from necromechs themselves. If they drop from necromechs, it would be still an incredibly obnoxious loot pool to deal with, but at least it'd be farmable. As it stands now, not so much. I don't think they've got a... See, that's showing necromech weapon receiver there. I don't remember which component I actually
I have work
need.
for you, so be it.
I think it's dumb that they
Let's
don't
see
have
what
them
you're
dropping
made
from...
of.
that they require them to be from
Much has been hidden
third
from
tier.
us on Deimos.
The old ruins beneath the surface must surely contain the
It is
deepest
what it
and
is.
darkest secrets. Find a way to get inside.
It's better than it
Another
was.
will
Why
guide
am
you
I
through.
still a
See what's
mesa?
happening
I
down
do
there.
not
Tell
want
me
to
what
be
he has been
this.
up to.
I messed up. I messed up. Whatever. We'll just get through the mission. We should level to 30 and then I can put it away. I can play a frame that's actually useful for this. I can still shoot a necromech and all that. Actually, I can take this opportunity to level up my Bone Widow. Do that, I guess. Shrug. Is it going to let me out now? Yes, it's going to let me out now. Let's see. Where did I hotkey it to? Yes! I remembered my hotkeys! Like zoom. Wow, that's some hitching. What's that all about?
Collecting tissue samples from infested can supply us with a biological key.
Oh, I don't want to.
Okay, we better get another
That's a
one to be
velocipede.
sure.
That's a.
That should suffice. Place the components into the vessel. Be on the lookout for infested. They will
Please shield.
likely
Thank
come and
you.
investigate.
God.
Do not let them disrupt the process.
See, if I were doing my Mecha Mondays stream. This would be appropriate. Although this dash animation needs work.
The combined sample is ready. Hurl it against Orifice Portal and it should open. Well done. We can access the infested tunnels now. Head inside.
So, we'll keep blasting things in this.
From the infested have rendered these tunnels highly toxic to non-infested. We cannot access the vaults until the toxicity level has been reduced. Certain infested organisms are massively increasing the toxicity levels. Eliminate them.
Is this for vertical?
Use organic samples
Not
to help
really.
stabilize yourself against the toxicity levels. The
I cannot
infested
use it for
carry their
vertical.
own
Well, I tried.
sorts.
Eyes open. There's glass resonance in your neighborhood.
The biggest infested are coming. If we can make it through these, we'll make it to the ISO.
That was grossly excessive, but I don't mind.
Toxicity levels are dropping now. The infested have retreated. We can proceed to the isolation vaults.
Oops, not what I wanted to do. There we go.
You are
I only
almost
have 20 more
through the
minutes and then I have to
infested
run.
tunnels. The Entrati ruins lie just ahead.
Easy, busy, busy. Busy, busy,
You
busy.
just need to beat a necromech so you can explore the ruins in peace.
Yeah, as far as Nightwave is concerned, I do kind of wish they'd kept the existing alert system
You must defeat
and then
it, Tenno. While the
tacked
Sentry
on
bomb is a
the
good
Nightwave
start,
system on
the
top of it.
necromech remains 82% combat effective. I
He
confess
did.
I had my
I could draw
concerns,
Ballistics
but that was
Matrix. I
expertly
have like
handled.
10 of those, I
The
think.
Guardian is completely disabled.
Maybe not 10. I have a number of them. That's right.
Another arm out of action. Excellent work. Almost there.
You gotta find out what's protecting them and then take your shot.
I confess I had my concerns, but that was expertly handled.
I think I already had. I thought I already had Necromech Blitz. Another Ballistics Matrix, big deal. Recur. So far so good, I guess. I don't know if we want to start doing this part or if we're going to move on with our lives. Somebody pings.
There is one last obstacle to overcome before access is granted. Right this way.
Imagine if I was doing any damage to this guy at all. Please do anything. Come on. Jeez.
Spooky, ain't it? I think the family forgot a lot of what's really down here. Even before the infestation, they'd begun to stay away.
I'm just gonna hop out of that real quick.
Most of them had.
It should be fine there. Just realized I could be using the Excalibur Umbra, so my Excalibur Umbra will be running around while I Void Rig. It occurs to me that I could be doing this better. It does occur to me. Oy. That worked. Now I have to find where my necromech's at. There it is. Hello. Big burly machine of burden. Get back here. Ah, no. No. This is supposed to heal my health, but I don't remember how. Oh god. Oh, these are on my side. I see. 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 7, many numbers has left the squad. Good for him. Or it, they.
With the generators all active, it is now possible to open the vault. One obstacle remains.
I suppose I should get back to helping the group. And now is the puzzle, which is really easy. You just have to actually see what the answer is. Because if you don't, well, you are in for some minor difficulties. Which is over here, not elsewhere. Another situation in which a moat amp is actually not terrible. Hands up lifted, S, teardrop, and other thing. Oh wow, that was fast. Okay.
I hope you can find a useful.
Don't know if I have necromech continuity already. It's not saying new, so I'm guessing not.
You can confront the guardians of the isolation vaults.
I have not ground too hard
Mastery
again
of the
for
void
this stuff.
and all its implications
Pretty
would be
hard though.
helpful, of
Not
course,
hard.
But this must suffice for now.
No. No. It's a lot of bullets I'm spending on them, but eh. They're not really in any danger of killing me, so not exactly worried or concerned. Steel path? I'll be slightly worried. Not very. I'd probably be bringing different weapons and frames, though. Is that... That's a runner Exos. Something got scanned. I also have terrible aim. I'm not good. I just know how to play the game. Most of the time. On a good day, I know how to play the game. If I lose everything due to host migration, I'll probably just go back inside. Never do an ISO vault again. I have actually lost like 3 necromech components, including more than that. More than 3. I have lost a number of necromech components as well as damaged necromech weapon components as a result of host migrations, but most of those issues seem to have been resolved, which is good. I haven't lost them lately, even with a host migration, so I should be fine. When Deimos first came out, there was a lot of that. So hopefully my mace is leveled, so I can just be done with that. 28, 29, it's not. I did get Argon, mysteriously enough. I do tend to get those from these, but I don't care much for Argon. I don't need you. I need the star one. That I don't remember the name of that, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I have an unread message in my inbox. Oh, Tennobaum stuff. So I guess that's stuff now that I have. Hooray! Rejoice! Alright, I need to check my arsenal. My regulators prime are not firing at the speed I am accustomed. They are firing quite a bit slower. Probably because I'm on Ernie and not Bert. Bert is the speed mode. Double the speed. This is what I expect. And it uses viral, which is not wholly necessary. And I have to really quick check my... Yes, I do have arcane velocity. Very good. I like my pistols to go when I'm firing them. I had growing power earlier, and I'm not sure how, because none of mine are using growing power. I was getting the growing power buff. Because, as you can see, pistol amp, pistol amp, pistol amp. Shrug. I shrug. Doesn't matter. Fast travel to Mater, and I have time for one more of these bounties.
There's so much to be done here on Deimos. So be it. Let's see what you're made of.
So I'll do one more of these. Oh, I need to check my
Much has been hidden from us on
arsenal.
Deimos. The old ruins beneath the surface must surely contain the
Well, that's the
deepest
thing I
and
need to check.
darkest secrets.
Right.
Find a way to get
My bone
inside,
widow
and the
and
Necroloid
muzzle.
will guide you through. See what's happening down there.
Don't
Tell me
have
what
my
he has
iron
been
right
up
available.
to.
So I did not have Necromech continuity. So I'm gonna get that in there and swap out probably Necromech Slipstream. Or that. I could swap that out too. Let's get rid of that. We don't need it. Alright, mods. Slowly. Fusion. I don't actually know what that's going to do to some of my other mods here. So that's what it is. No, it's the oh, it's Shield Maiden is the... No, where is it? There's some way you can heal with Bone Widow, but I honestly don't remember how. Ugh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It must be the one. I thought it was the one. I haven't fiddled much with Bone Widow, which is why I'm fiddling with it now. Much to my chagrin. Alright, is this gonna be a solo act for me?
So the infestation's got the entrance to the Isobos.
I'm gonna just sit here and wait a minute
Any ideas?
until I see someone else. There we go, we've already got another body. I'm gonna wait a little longer. And there we go. Well. I am
If you
actually
gather
feeling the
correct
speed
materials,
loss
you can
in the
persuade
slide.
the infestation to open up for us.
Also, the efficiency.
Think of
My
it like
god, am I
gathering
feeling the
bait.
energy drain.
That looks yummy for a monster door. Let's find some more.
I'm facing the wrong way because I have a gargantuan brain. So that's how you do it. For some reason I wasn't hooking enemies before, probably because it doesn't work on things like the bigger infested enemies or something. Used to be you double jump to hover, now you have to aim glide to do it, which is actually okay. I was kind of irked at first, but then I was like, you know what, this does make sense.
Okay, we better get another one to be sure.
Tank controls. That's right. I should call this thing Zeta Gundam and say like zoom every time I do that. Swoosh. And then try to take off my helmet in a vacuum. Vacuum. That'd be smart, right? Right? New type inflicted brain damage? Yeah, should be fine. Yeah, indeed, Bone Widow. Indeed, am I right? Haha! Here we go.
Now we just need a jug
What
to
shooteth
mash
at me?
everything together in.
Why do I have radiation damage on this? I could have sworn I had, like, viral heat. Whatever.
Be on the lookout for infested. They will likely come and investigate.
Whatever.
Do not let them disrupt the process.
This. 5, 6, 7. Easier ways of spending my time. I'm not gonna keep running around in that. Even though I need to level it up, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. We're just tired. Oh? Yours, I have a shield that gon' clunk. Second crouch button. Yeah, I'll have to check my mod loadout.
Good. Now take the concoction and throw it against the large cloaca.
Because it should not be doing radiation. Actually, I might have it for radiation to deal with necromechs. That might be what it is. That might be it.
Yay! Let's go inside before it starts chewing.
Also, Bone Widow now, so
Oh wow!
without the
It's
sword,
so toxic in here it'll burn your casing up.
so I can go
We
swingy
need to
swing.
do something or the vault won't open.
Certain infested organisms are massively increasing the toxicity levels. Eliminate them. Organic material from the infested can help counteract the environment and keep us alive longer. They are well adapted to this.
feel like I'm being especially effective. I need to check that I actually have mods on this thing. I might not. There is a non-0% chance that I have no mods on this. It should be about perfect. I'm not doing this.
The strongest local infested are inbound. This is their last gasp. Defeat these and we should be clear to proceed.
Hey, the tox level's coming down. Now the infested have backed off. We can go to the vault.
You are almost through the infested tunnels. The Entrati ruins lie just ahead. There is a guardian here. A necromancer.
Where are
You'll
you?
need to destroy it so you can explore the ruins. Ah, the necromancer guardian is here. Defend
Oh
yourself, Tennobaum.
boy. I'm gonna just back off. Where'd you go? I missed. I feel so dumb. GMO's Juggernaut, you're sleepy, tired, and possibly inebriated.
Here's the big guy. He
I have
sure ain't
lost my
pleased to
void,
see
my
you, Chip.
necromech, because I have a gargantuan brain.
While disabling one arm is a good start, the necromech remains 82% combat effective.
Ah, bugger this for a lark. Give me my shooter gun, please. Okay. For some reason, I'm shooting very slowly. Is there some effect I'm not aware of here? There we go. Much better.
A Tenno needs to be revived.
While
Please.
disabling one arm is a good start, the necromech remains 82% combat effective.
Oh.
Eyes open.
Uh-oh.
There's glass resonance in your neighborhood.
I'm not doing this intelligently.
I confess
There we
I had my concerns, but that was expertly handled. The Guardian is completely disabled.
And he's down. Never doubted you for a minute, Chip.
That
Well
that could have
done.
gone better.
One arm down. Keep at it. More of the same.
So. Whoa!
Cephalite. Time to smash some glass.
Viral damage. Okay.
Come on. I'll show you the locks on the vault.
Shed no tears for the necromanc, for they are now relentless enemies to all, and there is no countermanding that.
Bolted says legendary core alert and invasion catalyst alert. Yup. I got him. Oh, it's Nidus. Used larva, I guess. And I suppose we are defending this thing now. That's okay. Aha! Yote. Imagine being able to actually kill things with a giant sword powered by a giant mech, right? Dang it! I want to feel like, I don't know, Firebird or something. I want to feel like a Yusha, dude. I want to hold this thing out at crotch level in an Obari pose and be like Daisetsu Kuken or some shit and make things explode in the background. This is not the way. Okay. That's the Burt I expect. Oh, I'm dead.
Now that I have activated all of the generators, the vault door is now active and awaiting the correct code.
Oh, I have no energy. No wonder I can't do that. That makes it pretty simple, don't it? Please just thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check my Bone Widow weapon mods. Oof. I have to change my colors too.
Lock permanently. Be sure before you input.
Whoop.
I do not know what riches you may find, if any.
Oh.
But you will certainly discover some small
I can't
measure
pick
of
that up.
wisdom locked away down here.
You are to be congratulated, Tenno. Few can confront the guardians of the isolation vault.
Sure thing, man. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I apologize if I seemed like extra snarky today. It's just been like a long morning. I have no excuse for my behavior. I really don't. Yeah, have a good one, man. Thanks. Or woman, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Whatever you identify as, it's good by me. You can identify as an A10 warthog, for all I care. You're a decent poison, and that's what matters. Heck, even if you're just like an algorithmic intelligence, and are just trying to act like a human being, you do it well enough that I'm willing to consider you a decent human being. Or a decent something. A decent entity. So that's what matters. These are the things I think about when I'm distracted. Alright. Oh, heck, fine. Say yes to the ball.
The infestation is creeping into the vaults and is threatening to undo everything we've worked for. Eradicate them for me, please, Tenno. It's what you're best at, after all.
I trust you are fully equipped to... Warning. The mist in this area is charged with growth hormones. The infested will become unkillable if we cannot disable the source.
It's this one. This one's
The
kind of...
containment unit can be of any help.
Mr. Noisy Alarm is near us. He's got to have some way of dealing with the mist, right?
The emitter will be able to seal off the mist incursion if it has sufficient power left. Apply it directly to the fissure. Interesting. I suggest you eliminate the infested immediately.
Please grab him.
They
Thank
are
you.
undoubtedly the source of the mist.
Whew! That got rid of some of the mist, but there must be others. Recharge the thingy and find another fissure.
These are kind of big.
Caution! The infested may be able to reopen the fissure if you do not stop them.
You
We
shut
got him.
it down! That's great, but I think there's more that needs shutting.
Oh, these do not make me go bonus. Does this have an active drain on my energy? I think so. Just has health. I have to be worried about.
Keep the infested
It doesn't
away
seem to
from the
block
fissure,
much
or
either.
they may find
I don't
a
know
way
if that's
to
just
crack
me.
it open again. Well done, but there's no time to waste. Find and close the other fissures.
Ah, satisfaction guaranteed.
Keep the infested away from the fissure, or they may find a way to crack it open again.
Oh, I just realized what this was. Huge brain. I don't even know where
You
they
shut
are.
it down! That's great, but I think there's more that needs shutting.
Oh, hold up. Iron Bride, that's the name of the sword. I can never remember these things. Yeah, after this I do have to run. This has already gone way over my time budget. least slam attacks do damage. There's that, right?
Watch out! If the bad puppies get close to the fissure, they can dig it up again. We're all clear. You made that look easy. I bet those scary mist chumps won't be back anytime soon. That's so much better. You got this place
Oh,
locked
cool.
down in no time.
I already had the blueprint. Shit, not cool. I am displeased.
I suggest eliminating
I'm not
infested in the
surprised.
vicinity to secure bait, construction materials. Ready to begin the bait infusion. Move to the vessel to proceed. This will draw more infested. Dispatch them while they are close to the vessel in order to complete the bait. Infested are eliminated too far from the vessel, this will not work. Only infested that are terminated in proximity to the vessel contribute to the infusion. Bait successfully deployed. The desired target is approaching. Eliminate it to fulfill mission parameters. Confirmed, target is down. Deimos just fractionally improved its odds of survival. Outstanding. The loss of prime organisms will help to dissuade other infested from entering the vicinity.
Whoop, here they come! Man the barricades!
Please keep the established perimeter secure. Thank you. The infested appear to see this as a territorial dispute. They are not backing down. eliminated more than half of them. Keep it up! Count 0. That was excellent work, Tenno. Please, continue towards the objective.
Oh, man, you made that look easy. They won't be back anytime soon.
Damage in this
Alright,
area
where's
is
this
at
last one?
critical
There it
levels.
is.
You will need to exterminate all mobile infested in the vicinity. Hive located.
Ah, the
Destroy
hive
it
one.
with
That's
weapon
okay. This one isn't too hard. It's just tedious.
Okay, now that they're good and mad, hope you're ready. They're all tuckered out. Let's go find some more playmates, yeah?
Hive located. Destroy it with weapon fire.
Okay, now that they're good and mad, hope you're ready.
All hostiles down. I have detected a hive nearby. Shoot to destroy it. Infested activity spiking. They will be upon you soon. Infestation activity has dropped to virtually 0. A speedy resolution.
Awesome! You got them all! That'll teach him not to mess around in here, right?
Okay. So yeah, that's that. This will conclude my Warframe Wednesdays. As I've intimated before, I do stream multiple times throughout the week. Well, I have multiple streams throughout the week. I've got a Mecha Monday stream, where I do something giant robot related or mecha adjacent. I have a Warframe Wednesdays stream, which you've just seen, where I do something Warframey for a couple hours. And I've got a Storytime Saturday stream every Saturday, where I read short stories and indeed entire novels aloud. Having as much fun as possible along the way, of course. Typically of a pulpy sci-fi nature. Right now we are just at the last part of, I say we, I mean I am at the last part of, a portion of The Moon is a Harsh Mistress by Robert Heinlein. If you like tales of lunar revolution and fighting against the man for freedom and liberty, I highly recommend it. After I finish that, I'm probably going to do The Freeze Frame Revolution by Peter Watts. So if you're a fan of slightly edgier sci-fi, modern sci-fi, I recommend that. If you like Peter Watts, I recommend it. And if you like hearing books read aloud that are fairly exciting, I recommend it. I have recommendations all day, every day. All right. So yeah, that'll do that. Thanks again for tuning in to those who tuned in. If you didn't tune in, I forgive you. If you did tune in, I'm sorry for things I have not committed yet, for crimes I haven't committed just yet, but might in a hypothetical future setting. Other than that, thanks again, and have a great week. Stay safe, stay sane, and stay classy. All right, it's been fun.